And this is without a doubt the most critical piece of gaining total and complete bodyweight strength and skill, like human flag, flare, vaulting, or press handstand, all simple byproducts of solid training and basic human movement. Yep, just basics. Here's how it works. Number one, train outside the mainstream. Best way to guarantee mainstream results is to train inside the mainstream. So train outside of it. One example is something that we call a quad move mini circuit. This can be applied to absolutely anything. And by the way, I'm traveling right now, so I'm not at headquarters like my other videos. But take a pull-up or muscle up and couple that with a contrasted move like a dip or a handstand push-up. Then take two moves that do not involve as much of the same kind of strength and combine that with the previous couplet, like needle kicks and V-ups. There's a lot of other options for progressions in between as well, depending on your level, age, injury history, current roadblocks, and future goals. But you'll notice this quad move mini circuit includes pulling, then pushing, then legs, then core. Complete bodyweight strength. Now look at this dyna combo of flare, hang glide, aerial. It involves every aspect of this quad move mini circuit. The flare requires the core strength of the V-ups. The needle kick is actually done airborne for the aerial. Obviously, there's pushing strength involved in every angle of the flare, and the lats are involved in hiking up the shorts before doing the dyna combo. Or look at Venny doing this combo from a Powerbatics Ninja Strength kata. He built this strength doing exactly what I'm sharing. Way back when we first opened Pacific Rim Athletics headquarters, he was the first one there doing the stuff written in chalk up on the walls. And this leads to the second aspect. Number two, train like a machine. I don't mean going hard or grinding your gears for years. I mean thinking about everything coming together like a well-oiled machine. When we get bogged down with time, responsibilities, distractions, low self-esteem, it gets tough. People go hop on the treadmill, they'll hit the weights, they'll skip their warm-up, they'll try a stretching class here or there. Just the elementary school ABCs of human movement. Your strength should not be compartmentalized. Neither should your flexibility, nor your cardio, nor your mindset. It should all come together to write handwritten cursive poetry better than any AI-generated machine could ever do. Your mind should be just as engaged as the rest of your body. And this leads to everything coming together like a machine to perform skills. But this begins with the mind. Positive thoughts, positive words. Ephesians 4:29. Visualization, training, the execution. I remember Venny telling me he got bored with lifting weights. He'd done some of the most popular programs out there, but he wanted to build complete strength and skill like human flags, vaults, backflips, and then full routines, and compete in parkour competitions. It's literally because of machine-like training. We start with a warm-up that actually spells out the letters of what we're gonna do next, all the shapes. Then we do some kind of conditioning, not just running, but something that involves vaults or drops, something truly functional. And this requires the shapes from warm-up. Then we do strength, like I mentioned earlier, but it likewise involves the shapes plus builds towards the skills. And then skills reinforce all the training and puts the machine into motion. And this leads to the next principle. And remember to apply these principles to all of life. Number three, train outside your comfort zone. An example is training for a skill. One basic skill is a roll. Rolls save lives, literally. Plus, you can cut and paste rolls in any direction, all the way up to the most advanced flips you'll ever see in your life. It's just biomechanics. Now you know the secret. But you have to be okay with going outside your comfort zone, being the one who is unconventional, being an individual, not weird for weird's sake, but stepping outside the conventional comfort zone of humanity that buries truth to discover it anew. And in this case, the truth of human movement and strength. Number four, train regardless of setbacks. So what happens if you go on vacation, you get injured, if you lose motivation, if you lose experience, if you experience a trauma, an illness, a loss of someone in your life? As a mentor told me, suck it up, buttercup. Keep training so you're there for the people who need you. Venny just had a double knee surgery. He's genetically predisposed to hip impingement, and this caused his knees to shift out of alignment. This was a huge procedure. And on top of that, 5 hip surgeries already, plus others. But guess what? It keeps going, just like Venny. You show up for week 1, then week 2, then it turns into 6 months, then 6 years, even when you don't want to. But then you turn into something new. And this leads to the next, probably most vital principle. Number 5, train with community. There's an African proverb: if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Funny enough, that totally sums up all DIY approaches to education versus training together in community. Get a six-pack in 6 weeks versus build total, complete body weight mastery regardless of timeline. And remember, it makes a difference who, like another saying, the companion of fools suffers much harm. And remember to apply these to all of life. I heard someone apply this to public school. If you want, homeschool and enroll your kids in Pacific Rim Athletics online instead. It's way better. But these principles most definitely apply to your training. I guarantee it. Just think about it. We have the 3 C's in our training: commitment, courage. Remember, the opposite of courage is conformity. And the 3rd C is community. Often, training can be selfish, but when you're training in community, you end up being a role model to others, whether you realize it or not. Other people improve as a result of you. It's literally the most opposite thing from selfishness. And what's funny is that you end up improving faster and going further because of that very community. With selfishness, when you look at it from a self-preservation perspective, isn't bad or sin, but it just gets taken care of automatically when you're living, working together, and training how we were designed toward positive goals and in positive community. Face-to-face, online, some kind of hybrid, whatever. Just be around like-minded, positive people and you'll progress. If I had to guesstimate, probably 2 to 3 times further as well as fast. So apply these and see incredible changes in your training. A couple reminders. You can literally talk with us in the next day or 2 on a free coaching session. You do have to qualify, but if you do, it'll be great to do a deep dive with you. And if you'd like, we can walk through enrollment. There's also videos coming up that are designed to help you and keep you making progress. Either way, see you in the next video and in training soon.